All right, here we go on, what is it? Oh, it's October 5th already. Oh, we're getting close to Thanksgiving, hey? Okay, so today we're going to do Frost on the Shingles, which is a tune I wrote when it was just a cold, frosty morning, and I took Finn outside and everything was crunchy, and I thought, oh, okay, I'm going to write a song. This one uses two different keys. I know I use everything as a chance to write a song. I'm going to write a song. I'll probably write a song today about how tired I am. Tired van driving blues or something. So this song starts off in the key of D minor, the first chunk of it, and then it goes into A minor. Now, I did write it using my low G ukuleles, so it would be best played on that or on a baritone. Just follow the tab, play it on your baritone. So to play the notes that you need primarily for the D minor key, let's just play through that so you get your fingers lined up for that. I'm sitting here playing the D note a lot. You'll hear a lot of this, like that second fret and the open, you'll be getting that, right? So 2 and O on that third string. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go this way. So I've got my D, and then on string 2, open, first and third. Okay, and then same thing on the first string. And I don't think, I have to look, okay, let's finish that D minor scale. Hit the 5th fret on your first string. So I'm going to play that again. I'm going to start here on that third string. Now I know that I'm playing a lot of the opens on there, so I'm going to start with that third string open just so you get the feel of it, right? So open and then second fret. And then on the next string, O, 1, 3, E, F, G. Same thing on the first string, O, 1, 3. And then hit your 5th fret. Let's go back down. 3, 1, O. And then 3, 1, O on the second string. On the third string, let's play 2, O, 2, just because we get a lot of that. All those 202s on the third string, I do a lot of that. Okay, so you're going to get a lot of that sound happening there. I'm going to pull up the, I'll just get the PDF ready. I'm going to go through it. I'll play part of it and then talk about it. You know how I do it. I play, I talk, I play, I talk. I am not going to concern myself with the top line where those chords are right now. I'm just going to go right into the melody. Okay, and you can see right away when I start, I've got 202. This tune is written with a lot of pull-offs and a lot of slides in it. Do as many or as few as you want. Okay. So this is designed like a, wanted to write something that sounded like a trad tune, traditional music, so traditional Americana. And a lot of that, the music I like to play, the trad music that's trad American kind of music. It's got a lot of Celtic influence in it, so that's why I'm drawn to it so much. This one is written with the typical call and response that you get in music. So when I say that, as you're looking at it, as I play it, measures this first measure here, 2020, 1013, 000, that second measure, is echoed in the second line. So you find the differences are just between the last couple bars. Now this one is written, what do they call it? It's crooked. It's crooked because the first phrase of music, that first line, has 4 measures. The second line has 5. So it's crooked. Typically we play music in 5 measures, and I went back and forth thinking about that, but I like the sound of this last bar being doubled up. That's why right here, I'm going to scroll up so you know exactly what I'm talking about. This part right here, that's why I've got that repeat the previous measure. You don't have to play the, you don't have to play it as like a 2-note chord. You can just play 2-0-2 if you want. All right, that's enough talking about that. I'm going to play this now. I won't play it really fast. I'll just go through it and take my time with it. Oh, I can hear my crow friends out there. 2, 3. I'm going to repeat it. I'm going to go back to the top. 2, 0, 2, 0, 1, 0, 1, 3, 0, 0, 0. 3, 2, 1. Here comes a sigh. Come on, that next line. 2, 0, 2, 2, 0, 2. Okay, I'm going to go on to the third line now. 0, 2, 2. Bottom line there. 2, 3, 4. Hang on, I gotta scroll. Hey, there we go. Bottom of the page there. 2, 0, 2. So it's that same echo. I'm going to stop there because at that point, what we've done is, do you see at the top here where I'm moving my little hand thing there around the A minor? At that point, we've modulated to the key of A minor. So I'm not playing any B flats in here. I was in the first part where I was hitting that first fret on the first string. Now in A minor, you can see, if you look just right down here in the tab, I'm doing a lot of sliding from 2nd fret to 4th fret on that 4th string. So I'm playing from A to B flat. So that's what's going on there. Now I'm going to scroll down a little bit and you'll see, like it says here, I'll just bring it up here. I don't know why I put this note here at the top that says 2 bar 5, except I think I played the whole thing a couple of times. And I just wrote that probably as a note for myself too. Anyway, I'm going to go like this and scroll up because the modulation to A minor is done and the D minor part's coming back, and I'm echoing that with the 2-0-2 that tells you that part's coming back. And then the ending comes back with this part here. I'll play this part here for you. So it's the same as you started. bottom line now. Oh, oh, 2. If you want to at the bottom, I started to play chords and then thought better of it, because what you could do all the way through the last 3 bars here, just play whatever the top note is. So the one that I'm circling here, play your O, 3, and then on the first string, on the next bar, just ignore what it, see how I've covered those other notes with my hand? Ignore those 2 notes and just play the note on the top string. Same thing here. And then O, 3. I can't cover everything with this little hand, but just play whatever's on that first string, and then you can work the chords in as you go. I want to go back to the beginning though. Okay. I'll scroll back here. And what would be really nice to do would be to get the feel of some of these pull-offs. Okay. The pull-off, actually, I'm going to stop sharing for just a second here, okay? So we know that there's lots of pull-offs to the 2nd fret, or sorry, from the 2nd fret to open. So just remember, when you do that, you want to do a good, like, you don't want to just lift your finger away. You want to have a good circular motion where you're picking that string. This one uses a lot of that, okay? So try just picking the string with your middle finger over top of that 2nd fret. So I'm not doing pull-offs right now. I'm just going to do this. And then I'm going to do this off that. Oh, there, you sit over here. You look all fancy there. Okay, there we go. Do that picking on the 1st fret of your 1st string, because there's a lot more tension there. So you can feel how you've got to make that little circular motion, right? Okay. Now, play that note, that 1st fret, and then do the picking. So pluck, and then do the pull off. That way, if you think about that motion, you're going to get a louder pull off. It's going to be a lot firmer. I practice that so much these days. It's amazing how much stronger my pull-offs have gotten and how less fatigued my fretting hand is. Oh. So you got the pull-offs, and then you've got the one slide that's happening in there, the 3 to 5, and then you play open on that same string. So you can go like this. Right, sliding up. It doesn't have to be a really loud sound, but you're sliding from your 3 to your 5th fret, and then playing that same string open. Sometimes I do a pull off from that 5th fret. Sometimes I also use my middle finger there. Okay. But you've got your slide from 3 to 5, and just make sure you really put on the brakes right next to that 5th fret. And then if you feel fancy, you can play that open as a pull-off, because you're just picking it with that same finger that you went to the 5th fret with. I'm going to pull up the music now, and I'm just going to play a little bit so you can watch my fingers while I'm playing. So I'm going to keep my fret, I'll keep my positioning like this so you can watch my hands, and I'll just pull up my PDF here. Here we go. There's a pull off. Oh, sorry. So there is a pull-off, it's listed as measure 11. I'm going to share it now here. Measure 11, you've got this, you've got a hammer on. So you've got to tap with a finger, 1 to 3, and then a pull-off. So I keep that index finger down here as an anchor, kind of like what we did with the Sunday slow down, using that index finger as an anchor. That strength builds here. All right, let me share this again. There we go. Okay, so that measure I was talking about is right here where I'm circling with my little hand. So it's busy there on the second string, right? You've got to pull off from 3 to open, hammer on from 1 to 3, pull off from 1 to open. And again, you can just pick these. You don't have to do all the pull-offs, or like all this stuff's optional. You know, you do, like I say so often, you play the song the way you want to. I've added these decorations and you play it however you want to. Or maybe you're like, whoa, this reminds me of something else I've always wanted to play, and then you start adding extra notes to it and you make a variation on it. So very cool. Okay, let's play the first 2 lines and then we'll repeat those. Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2. I'm going to do it slower, sorry. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 1, 3, next measure there. 1, 1, Here comes your slide. 3, 3, 5, Next line. 2, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 2. Repeat that bar. 2, 2. Okay, back to the measure 5 there. 2, 2, 1, 1, 3, Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to play it without hammer-ons or pull-offs. 1, 1, 3, 3, 5, Next line. 2, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2. I'm going to go on. Ready for the next line? 2, 4, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. Right there on that bar there, where I'm playing 1, 2, 2, I'm going to scroll up so you can see exactly where I am. Right here in the 1, 2, 2. This little chunk of a D minor chord. I planted my index finger, and then I just keep my middle finger down there and I just kind of relax into it. I'm going to start this line over again. I just wanted to point out something too. The 2, 4, 2, this measure at the beginning that I'm circling around, okay, comes right back over here near the end of that measure. Okay, that's the second phrase starting there. I compacted this section because otherwise it was going to be 3 pages long. That's a lot to look at. I figure 2 pages is kind of nice. So you may want to make a mark there where that second phrase comes in. And it keeps coming in. Because that same measure comes right back here. With that same little slide, same thing. And then at the bottom of the page, this line at the bottom of the page comes right here too. Okay, so I'm going to start this again. Here we go, right at the top where I've got my little hand there, where we've modulated to A minor. So fancy. 1, 2, 3, 12. 1, 2, 2. Okay, here comes the 1 and the 2s. 1, 2, 2. Next, O, 2, 2. Now we're back at that 2-4 thing. 2, 4, O, 2, O, 1, O, 2, O, 2, 2. Next line. 1, 3, 1, O, 2, O, 2, O, 2, 2, 3, 4. Here we go again. 2, 4, O, 2, O, 1, O, 2. I'm ignoring that second fret note there. Nope, cover it up. O, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. Back to O, 2, 2. Bottom there, right here with that same phrase comes in again, or that same measure, I should say. 2, 4, O, 2, O, 1, O, 2, O, 2, 2. Okay, now it's going to get busy. 1, O, 2, O, 2, O, 2, O, 2. Lots of 2's and O's on that third string, hey? Like a bunch of them. 2, O, 2. Let's take this bottom line here and we'll play through this whole thing, okay? Because this last little bit is kind of busy, hey? All right, here we go. On that bottom line here, here we go. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, 4, O, 2, O, 1, O, 2, O, 2, 2, 1, O, 2, O, 2, O, 2, O, 2, O, 2. I'm going to play the little chords in that last part. 2, O, 2. I kind of screwed it up. It's 3 chords and I messed them up. There we go. Those are like little power chords for guitar. It's that sort of sound. There we go. It's got a little bit of a hollow sound, right? This just toss this out to you. Now, if you're playing the full chords, then the sound is D minor, C, D minor. But if you just play the notes that are there, you're playing something called the root and the fifth. And I know that Don was at Eduardo's workshop and he remembers the terms root and fifth. What's going on there to get this hollow sound? I'm going to look at the very last little tab bit there where it says 2 and 2. Okay, bottom note is A, top note is D. In this case, D is actually the name of that chord. So if you count on your fingers, put D as number 1 on your thumb, you've got D, E, F, G, A. A is the fifth. So if you see people playing power chords in rock bands, that's what they're playing. They're playing chords that just use the name of the chord and the note that's 5 notes away from that chord name. So if you stayed just with that, that would be a D5 chord. That's just one of many places where you can find them on the ukulele. Same thing with that C. I'll backtrack to the open and the open. Your third string open is a C. The fourth string is a G. So again, do the same thing. Put C, if you're counting on your one hand, C is the note you put on your thumb. And you count up C, D, E, F, G. Count on your fingers. That G is note number 5. Therefore, when you're playing this, someone might say, well, that's not a C chord, that's a C5. And you could be like, yeah, I know that. C's the root, G's the fifth. There. Or you could say to people, well, actually, that's a D5 and a C5 I'm playing there. Not the full chord, just root and fifth. Toss out some terms, let them soak in the mastery that you have of music theory, It's fun, right? Just learning these things. Okay, so knowing all this, I'm going to go back up to the top. Yes, you've got like these little chords. If you want to play them as a little tiny chord, the D minor and C, you can play them as a single note, or you can strum the whole chord, the D minor, C, D minor. It's up to you, right? Have fun with it.
Tina, I understand the pull-offs and I understand the slides. What's the little H?
The H is a hammer-on.
Okay.
Yep. And that one, just make sure that you keep your index finger anchored on your first fret, and then tap with your ring finger on that third fret. Use that first fret as your anchor, like with the, every time there's a 1013. When you put that index finger back down, just keep it down when you do the hammer on. It'll help you have a really firm sound. So I'm just going to stop sharing for a second here. When you have this, right, you've got your pull off. A lot of people want to lift up that index finger. Keep it down. It'll help you, because you don't really want to do that, because eventually you get this and you lose all the power of that tap. So to make sure you have a really good hammer on, place that index finger and then just tap that finger onto the third fret. Make sure you can hear it. And then when you do that, when you can hear it, you'll know that you've got a good solid hammer-on sound. I'm landing with my fingertip flat, close to the fret. I don't touch the string and place it. Smack it. There's an invasive Japanese beetle on my ukulele and I have to crush it. Barb, I don't know if you're getting those invasive Japanese beetles in your area of BC, but I got some notifications out here in Westside that they're around. Crush that beetle. So if you can get that sound, then you play that first fret, then tap, and you'll get a really good firm sound. It's fun to get that independence, right? To be able to do that sort of stuff. Oh, such a good time. Okay, so how are you guys feeling about it right now? Let's have a little stretch, because, you know, my 2 a.m. arrival back in Kamloops wasn't that long ago, so a little stretch is kind of nice. What a long night of driving. Oh. It's not a big deal, except I fall asleep a lot. I get sleepy when I drive, so I have to stop a lot. And eat snacks constantly, right? So I was having drinks and crunchy things. So, how's it going, Barb?
Did you have your sunflower seeds with you?
I did not. I forgot about them, but I did find delicious sour cream and onion potato chips.
Oh, they're good.
Yeah, right? And coffee. Tepid coffee and crunchy potato chips. How are the slides feeling? Has either one of you guys, of the three of you, tried the 3 to 5 slide? That one can be a little bit tricky to get a really good sound, like a solid one. Keep in mind though, when you do that one, this is like you've got the 3 to 5, but really your goal of that bar is that note. Let me pull it up. Oh, that's way down in the song, isn't it? 3, 5, da, da. Oh my gosh, where did it go? Slides don't happen until... Oh my gosh. It's the first measure.
8.
Yeah, I was scrolling everywhere. I'm like, I wrote the song. Where did I put that thing? Yeah, measure 8. So you got the 3 to 5. Thanks, Barb. 3 to 5, but the open is really... The open is the end of that feeling, that musical sentence. So the slide doesn't have to be really loud. Okay, so, oopsie. I often do that, like I said before, I slide and then I pull off and play like that. That's fun. Try that. Slide from 3 to 5, and then whatever finger's on the 5th fret, do a pull off. So at that point, you're just picking the string with that finger, right? Are you able to do it? It's like some sort of compound technique. It's fancy. You guys look very focused on it. It's cool. I'm going to show you how I like to play it, how I like to add some things to it now. I'll share the music again. And this is stuff I haven't written into it because I found it, for the way I play it, it got really busy looking. So what I tend to do is, just like we do with lots of songs, this measure here where I've got all the opens, I'll strum some A minor in there, okay? And you can see like I've got those chords written above, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a strum probably on the first note, and then again here on that whole note. Okay, so that'll be the first thing I add in. And I'll just play that first measure, sorry, the first line, and I'll do when I hit this part here, I'll do a strum, pick, strum. Okay. So it's going to sound like this now. And play it with me if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 0, 2, 0, 1, 0, 1, 3. A minor strum, pick, whoops, strum, pick, strum. There we go. 1, 1, 0. If you can do another strum there, go for it right there on that A minor. 3, 3, 5, 0. I'm going to play that whole first line again. Okay, here we go. Ready, go. 2, 0, 2, 0, 1, 0, 1, 3. A minor strum. Pick the note, strum. 1, 1, 0. A minor strum. 3, 3, 5, 0. Let's try the next line. Here we go. 2, 0, 2, 0, 1, 0, 1, 3, strum, pick, strum. 3, 0, 3, 0, 1, 3, 1, 0. Single notes. 2, 0, 2. Maybe fancy. D minor, C, D minor. When I do the C there, if I do the whole C chord there, I play my D minor with the fingers I normally do. I play my C chord by using just my pinky finger. So I play my D minor, oopsie, oh my gosh, what a day for me, hey? And then C minor, I kind of teeter-totter, C. I'm gonna say all that again. D minor, with my regular fingers, reach over with my pinky to my C chord, and then go back to D minor. Just so I'm keeping my ring finger close to where it needs to be to go back to my D minor chord. That's why I use my pinky there. Okay, I'm going to play the first two lines again. When I strum down on my A minor chord, up here, I strum down with my thumb, and then I'm just picking this string, that note there, with my index finger, because it's just sitting there, right? And then back to a strum with my thumb is what I'm doing. All right, let's do this again. And I think that we'll probably go on and play the next part. I'm not going to add any extra chord bits in there. No, we'll just go through. We'll play it just by adding in that A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 0, 2, 0, 1, 0, 1, 3, strum, pick, strum. 1, 1, 0, strum A minor, right on. 3, 3, 5, 0, next line. 2, 0, 2, 0, 1, 0, 1, 3, A minor, strum. just going to do the notes on the third string. 2, O, 2, 2, O, 2. Back to measure 5 at the top there. 2, O, 2, O, 1, O, 1, 3, A minor, strum, pick, strum, 1, 1, O, A minor, strum, cool, 3, 3, 5, O, 2, O, 2, O, 1, O, 1, 3, strum, pick, strum, 3, O, 3, O, 1, 3, 1, O, 2, O, 2. Now I'm going to play them as the little bits there. 2, O, 2. I'm going to go on now. 2, 4, O, 2, O, 1, O, 2. Right there, I keep my middle finger down on that second fret as an anchor all the way along all these bars until this measure starts up. Okay, so I can use that as a little bit of an anchor. I forgot to say that before, so I'm going to scroll up. So we're just looking at this part here. So again, middle finger, if you want to, you can keep it down all the way along there. If it fits, if your hand fits there. If not, kind of hover it a little bit too when you play the opens so that you're ready to put it back down. Here we go, back on the first measure, you see there, measure 14. Ready, go. And 2, 4, O, 2, O, 1, O, 2, O, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, O, 2, 2. Back to that little slidey bit. 2, 4, O, 2, O, 1, O, 2, O, 2. Next line coming up. 1, 3, 1, O, 2, O, 2, O, 2, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 2, 4, O, 2, O, 1, O, 2. Ignore that bottom note, the 2. O, 2, 2. We're right here now with the 1, 2, 2. O, 2, 2. Bottom line there. 2, 4, O, 2, O, 1, O, 2, O, 2, 2. 1, O, 2, O, 2, O, 2, O. Back on the third string there, 2, O, 2, and again, 2, O, 2. We take a stop there, take a breath. Why-ya! How's it feeling? You can split this into 2 songs, right? Like you can sit there and play just the first bit, the first 2 lines, play it by itself. Absolutely. A lot of these traditional tunes, you can see where they could easily be just split into 2 parts because the first part's in D minor. That sits by itself just fine. I'm just going to play those 2 lines by themselves. Okay, so you got, I'm going to rip on it a little bit though. Oh, sorry. Whoops. Oh my gosh. Sorry, you guys. I'm not firing on all cylinders this morning. Okay. Well, I'm also playing not my tenor ukulele. I'm used to it being spaced out more. But you could easily just sit on those 2 lines and just play it like that, right? And like that. 2 lines. Done. Then if you want to, And that one could sit by itself like that. Yeah, probably just stay on the D minor, C, D minor at the end. So it could just be two separate songs. It's not like you got to play the whole shebang. The good thing about this is that it gives you a good workout for hammer-ons and pull-offs. When I was playing through it, I did add little bits of the chords in there, and sometimes you'll hear me lightly play a note on the fourth beat, just to give it a little bit of a pulse. So when I say that, back on that first line there, it's usually the fourth string that I just play something on. Fourth string, fourth beat is what I tend to do with that. But you can play it as, you know, the usual stuff, right? As a single note melody. You can add some strums in there where you feel comfortable, and I encourage you to do it with the A minor. You can play it and have someone else strumming the chords with you. You know, there's a few different ways you can approach this. The melody by itself is busy enough that you could play it probably just the way it is without anything else, and it'd be just fine. Do you guys have any observations about your playing? Like, I can tell you that this concert ukulele I'm playing right now feels too small because I've been playing my tenors so much, so I gotta switch gears a little bit more often, I think.
Well, this is great for practicing pull-offs and hammer-ons and slides. It's excellent for that.
Yeah, and it's nice because it stays just in the open position. You're not flying all over the fretboard. You're staying with notes that you're pretty familiar with at this point, right? So it's kind of handy.
Pull-offs on the first fret I find are very difficult. And then
They
by
are.
the time you get to the fourth fret, you have to be careful that you don't pull too hard and then you get the sound from the adjoining string.
Yes. So so the first fret pull off, absolutely. There's a lot of tension, right? So that's where practicing just picking the string at that position without worrying about playing that first fret will help you feel what you have to do in order to get a really good pull off. And I watch my finger while I do it. I make that little circle, right? So that, yeah, the first fret, there's so much tension there. That's why the B flat chord can be such a challenge to play too, right? When you do your B flat, I know we're not using it in here, but because that B flat, let me just stop sharing here. When you do that B flat bar chord, so many people are like, oh, the torment, you're barring and it starts on the first fret, right? It's that string tension is hard to tackle. But yeah, practicing like that, just so you know how much pressure you need in order to get that string ringing out. Now this pull off here, sometimes you'll see me do this. See how I touched that string over there? You see me get really busy with my hands when I'm doing a lot of this sort of stuff. I might put my finger there to ensure that that first string doesn't ring out at all. because a lot of this melody I'm picking with my thumb and index finger. So you'll see me go back and forth between those two digits a lot, and I would likely be playing that 3 to 5. Oopsie. Let me pull it up again and watch what I do. Okay, that time I used my middle finger there. But you'll often see me rest a finger on that string to make sure it doesn't ring out. But I can tell you at this stage, what I do is when I do that pull off, let's see if I line up my fingers right. I still pick the string, but I also come up, it's like a little oval I make. I almost kick off the fingertip part that's closer to the nail, rather than the finger pad. Yeah. Closer to the nail helps me to make more of instead of a circle shape, more of a little oval. You can hear the first string ring out a little bit when I do that. You hear how I'm brushing it ever so slightly? But for the most part, when I'm doing that, yeah, it's really, really close to the nail side of my finger pad. That helps me. And like I say, a little bit of insurance by touching that first string. It's busy out in my yard today, hey, with all those crows. They've been a going concern out there. They're waiting to be fed. We did have a trio of crows coming to see us. Now there's a fourth one. We think it might be like a teenager crow. And Connor's out there, dressed in black, looking all goth, with his hands out, hand feeding the crows. Whoop-de-doo-doo-doo. Oh, you guys, I'm sorry I'm, making some bad placements on my chords today. I feel kind of bad about that, but I am pretty sleep deprived, so I think I'm, it is what it is. This song, though, I hope you guys have a lot of fun with it, and even if you just play the first 2 lines of it, and when it's a cold morning and the grass is crunchy, go outside and play it. Or look outside at the crunchy grass. Stay inside where it's warm with your coffee and play it. And look out at the frost.
It's a beautiful fall morning, and we're going out to the Witch's Paddle at Pinatan Lake.
Is that today?
It's today.
Oh my, okay. What time does it start at?
Well, the witches start paddling at 11, and they have hot dogs and chili starting at 12.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Barb, do you have that in your neck of the woods? Oh,
No, we don't have witches here. And Pete's like,
it started a couple years ago, right, Dawn? How long ago was
Well,
it?
I think so. I mean, if you saw yesterday, I guess at Kitts Beach in Vancouver, they had theirs, and there were hundreds of witches, and I'm sure that Pinatan will maybe have 20 or 30, but anyways.
Yeah. Is it Penettan or Heffley? Because I think they did it at Heffley last year, didn't they?
Well, they do it all over. They had it at
Oh,
Paul Lake too, but today this is at Pinatan.
oh, that's so cool. I'd love to dress up in a little witch outfit and paddle out in the waters. Dawn, are you dressing up?
No, but I'll eat hot dogs.
Oh, there you go. That sounds like fun. I'm going to stop recording because I'm just going to have a giggle now about all the witches on paddles.